Hello students, welcome to the class. I'm Yogita. Our subject is CNET Nursing Education for Nurses, and today we are going to discuss about clinical method of teaching. Now this clinical area is an environment which provide a great opportunity to the student to deal with the patient, to talk with the patient, to talk with his family members, identify his problems, and also it gives a chance to an individual to apply their theory knowledge into practical so that they can improve their knowledge skill, theory, clinical performance skill, understanding, decision making, critical thinking skill, that all can be enhanced with the help of clinical teaching method. Now the different clinical teaching methods are case study method, nursing bedside clinic, nursing rounds, nursing conference, and process recording. Now first we are going to discuss about case study method, nursing case study. Now case study method is a process where the student nurse is selecting a patient and collecting the detailed history of that patient and planning appropriate nursing care to that patient. So this is what called a case study method. Now this is one of the best teaching aid which help the student nurse to improve herself. Okay, because she is practicing in the clinical area. She is getting this practical experience along with the patient and patient family. Now, how we can develop this nursing case study method? First, the student nurse should identify the patient and select the patient to make this case study method. Identify a patient history, collect the specific and detailed history of a patient like family history, personal history, medical history, past medical history, present medical history, all a socio-economic history or any medication, any undergone surgery, all in detail collect the history of your patient. Then with the help of your teacher, yeah, experts, you able to list the problems, what all the problem is faced by the patient. Once listing out, then you prioritize the patient problems. After prioritizing the patient problem, develop a nursing care plan. What you're going to give, what care you're going to render to a patient, you have to make a plan. After the planning, you need to render the same nursing care to your patient. Then finally, you are writing a recording and reporting. Now, this recording reporting should be an evaluation form which has to be written in a writing form and submit. So that finally you can make an evaluation. What's the progress in patient condition? He improved, his problem has come down, he is feeling better. All this evaluation can be done. So this is what called a case study method. Now, what's the advantages of case study method? Definitely a student get a golden opportunity in the clinical area to interact with the patient so that he can collect the detailed history, improve his communication, improve his relationship, a therapeutic relationship with the patient. He is able to develop a confidence that yes, I can collect patient history and plan a care plan. He can provide a better care to a patient. A planned nursing care will be given. A theory knowledge can bring into a practical experience. A student nurse can gain a practical, a clinical experience knowledge. It helps to develop their self-confidence. Yes, I can handle the patient. It improve their theory knowledge as well, because a theory what they learned in the textbook, all the signs and symptom diagnosis, what evaluation you can make, a same thing they can compare with the patient, whether a patient has got a same clinical features, what's the severity of the disease, what medication they are taking, what side effect they are facing. See, a theory book and patient book picture and patient picture can be studied together so that patient is able to give a more information to the student and student is able to get more information about the disease condition and nursing care plan. It helps to improve their creativity, critical thinking, problem based learning, make a decision on time, how I can help to improve the patient condition, what nursing care can be rendered. Practice the principles what you learn when you render the procedures. Now next, the disadvantages. The disadvantages is A student may fail to select the right patient. There is no proper guidance from the teacher, then utter flop of this case study method. Student may fail to identify the patient need, categorize or prioritize in the patient problem. That might be difficult because of his negligence or lack of experience. There is a time bound. Because of given time, then you're not able to provide the care to a patient and you're not able to find the outcome. You're not giving a proper recording and reporting. So these all are the disadvantages of case study method. Now, the second method of clinical teaching is bedside clinic. Now, this bedside clinic is one of the most effective way of teaching learning. Why? Because here presence of patient is mandatory. Student is getting an opportunity to learn in presence of patient along with the experts. Now this bedside clinic is an informal discussion about patient related problem and exchange of their knowledge and experience. See, this is what happening in bedside clinic. A teacher along with a group of students in presence of patient, we are discussing about patient problems. See, we are not talking about a patient, his problem and what are the nursing care plan or nursing need, how we can meet to this patient. That will be discussed and it helps the students to develop certain skills of dealing with the patients. Now the phases of making this bedside clinic. The phases are mainly three phases: preparation phase, conducting phase, conclusion phase. In preparation phase here, the teacher or the educator need to select the patient, make a physical environment where you are where you are making this bedside clinic, making all the arrangements, obtain the consent from the patient. That's very important. Collect little basic information about the patients and you see that what you're going to discuss and what you're going to demonstrate with the help of this patient. Provide a proper instruction to the students how they have to behave in front of patient and what they are supposed to observe in this bedside clinic. Okay, this is what preparation. Then the conducting phase, first you have to do little introduction about patient and patient conditions, signs and symptoms. What is the patient history? Like a detailed history must be collected about the patient and that has to be presented. Also, it's very important that you present yourself to the patient so that patient also be familiar with you all. Then you discuss about the patient conditions and complaints. You try to prioritize these patient problems, try to identify, have a informal discussion that how exactly patient is feeling and what are the following nursing care plans, nursing cares we can render to a patient, how we can make the patient to feel better, how we can get well. So these are all informal discussion about the disease condition and providing certain psychological support to the patient. All these things can be done in conducting phase. The final is evaluation, which help to improve the critical thinking and problem based learning of a student. They're able to solve the problems, they're able to find certain conclusion, they're able to learn in detail about the condition. So this is what phases of bedside clinic. Next, the advantages of bedside clinic. Definitely students get a great advantage because they are learning with the help of real patient, real life situation. So real experience they are going to get. They are able to ask any kind of doubt. They can clarify that with the help of expert as well as with the help of patient. It will help to develop a good communication between these three like teacher, student and patient. All of them, these three people can have very good communication. It helps to develop the therapeutic nurse patient relationship. Students get a better knowledge and understanding so that his theory knowledge he can bring into practical. It improves his problem solving skill, critical thinking and cognitive learning process. Now the disadvantages: patient may feel disgusting, patient may feel irritated, uncomfortable, there is no privacy for the patient may feel something bad when they speak about and discuss about the disease condition. Even though we have taken the consent, definitely patient is a human being, definitely he is sitting in that bed with a lot of emotional feelings. So definitely a patient may feel discomfort. So that will be a barrier of this bedside clinic. Okay, so this is all about bedside clinic method. Okay, the next method is Nursing rounds. Now, this nursing round is a process which is done by a head nurse along with the clinical instructor or along with the student nurse to discuss in detail as well as to have a better understanding about patient problem and plan the better nursing care plan for the patient. Now, in nursing rounds, we can find again different types of nursing rounds. Nursing rounds with the head nurse, nursing round with the psychologist to discuss the psychological factor of a patient, nursing rounds with the social worker, nursing rounds with the dietitian, nursing round with the physician, yeah, medical staffs, nursing rounds with the nurses for the specific purpose. So this is the different types of nursing rounds. Now, what are the factors you need to keep it in mind when you make a nursing rounds? Like what are the observation we are doing when we are making these nursing rounds? When we go for the nursing rounds, we are checking the general condition of a patient. We are trying to find any specific problem which is triggering to the patient. Assessing the presence of any emergency or emergency equipments in the ward. Checking for side effects of medication which is given. Checking for the general cleanliness in the ward, checking for any other ward requirements, maybe bulb is not working, no light, or no call bell is not working, such kind of complaints what you notice in the ward. To detect that, we are making this nursing rounds. So these are the factors which you have to keep it in mind why we are making this nursing rounds. Now next is how you will give a instruction to the students when we make a nursing rounds. Now here you have to give a prior information to your students that we are making a nursing rounds. Tell the students how they should behave in front of a patient. A student should follow the instruction and follow the teacher and understand the discussion what the teacher is doing about the patient and patient condition. Students must take down the notes which help them to understand, which help them to make any notes, study in detail about the patient conditions. Now, the next is what's the advantages of these nursing rounds? The main advantages is the teacher can test the knowledge of a patient because particular students may be posted in that particular ward for so many days and he is the one who giving care to that patient. So if you ask question, definitely he must able to answer. So that's the one advantage. Nursing rounds will help us to discuss about the patient problems. It will help to improve the general knowledge about the patient condition, as well as certain nursing procedures what we can do for the patient. It helps to improve the critical thinking, problem solution learning, and it helps the students to acquire more information so that they can bring their theory knowledge into practice. It helps the students to gain the confidence to do the nursing procedures. And the disadvantages of nursing round is other patient may hear the discussion what you're talking about that particular patient. It may provide a psychological disturbance to the patient. Now, overcrowding of students. Along with the one instruction, 10, 20, 30 students are going, lot of disturbance. It will break the discipline of that particular ward. Overcrowding. Students are not able to concentrate. Definitely students will be in their own business. They are just talking each other. They're not able to provide an attention towards this nursing round. In that case, nursing round will be a flop one. Time consuming, because you're going to each patient, you're talking, you're discussing, you're trying to find out, you're planning for nursing process. It really takes a long time, so that in a given time you're not able to finish a nursing round. So this is the information about nursing rounds. The next method is nursing conference. Now this conference is a two-way process of learning where teaching and learning take place simultaneously. Here nursing instructor or nursing teacher taking opportunity to deal with the students to finish their nursing clinical requirements or to meet the clinical objective. Now here a conference is an act of consulting as well as improving your learning process, which help you to gain much more knowledge and which help you to improve your performance and personal skills. Now mainly types of conference. We can see here two type of nursing conference, individual conference and group conference. Individual conference means where one-to-one basis, one instructor and one student will be there who is interacting each other about certain patient problem or any other aspects which are related to their study. The group conference is each involve more than two people, like one instructor, student. Along with that, we can find doctors, social workers, dietitian who involved in this healthcare team who is providing care to a patient. They are all involved and discussing about patient condition, which help the students to improve herself. So these are the main two types of nursing conference. Now the phases of conference is three phases: opening phase, conducting phase, conclusion phase. In opening phase, we are selecting the patient, we are selecting the problem, we are talking, we are making an agenda what we are going to discuss and when, where, how. All these plannings have been done. Conducting phase, a case is selected, a group of students, individual students is assigned with the task and they are finding a solution for the problems. A problem solution will take place, an active learning process will take place in conducting phase. A closing phase where we are giving a reporting, we are recording a reporting what we did and we are able to submit a care plan or whatever the planning we did, and it is an opportunity for the teacher or instructor to evaluate the student performance. So that evaluation which help to redesign the care plan based on the performance. So that happens in the third phase. So the main three phases are opening phase, conducting phase and conclusion phase. And the advantages of nursing conference are definitely it provides a great opportunity to the student to learn about patient condition in detail. One-to-one basis will provide you a great opportunity that you are free to talk. We are discussing about the patient complaints. It will improve a critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving skill in a student, help to enhance their knowledge. They can apply their theory into practical. It provides a real life situations which help to enhance their cognitive learning process. Definitely the disadvantages is it may be time consuming, expensive, and students are not ready to afford that time. They don't have that patience and there is no proper teacher, no proper expert. This conference will be flop. You are not able to get a success. Also, this discussion may divert it into something else. A group of students, a small group, you started talking about the patient, but discussion may conclude with something else. So again, utter flop of your nursing conference. So this is all about your nursing conference. And the last one, process recording. Okay, the last one is process recording. Now, process recording is a process where the written documentation of communication which happen between patient and professional nurse when they work together towards achieving the common objective. So, it's a written documentation of the communication, conversation, interpersonal communication. Now, the process recording, it's the easiest way to understand about your patient complaint, his feelings, all his needs, because you are talking to your patient. Whatever you're talking, you're recording, because after sometimes we may forget what the patient has told and we are not able to recall everything. For that main purpose, we are recording the communication, what we are talking, interaction between nurse and patient. Now, the important factors what you have to remember when you do this process recording is consent of your patient. You need to take a consent before you do your process recording, because definitely no one may like that you are writing when they are talking. So you need to take a consent. Provide a privacy. Privacy is very, very important. One is physical privacy as well as psychological privacy. If there is no privacy in an open room, you are asking the patient, you sit, we will talk and I will record. So they don't find comfortable. Physical environment, good lighting, ventilation, a proper seating arrangement, all things must be there. And there should not be there should not be much barriers like you are maintaining a far distance, a big table between you and patient. So things will be a barrier. Like loud noise, a bad smell, See, dim light, these all things will be a barrier which interrupt the learning, interrupt the talking process. So we need to make all kind of physical arrangements. Now these all are the important components which are required for a proper process recording. Now the next is phases of process recording. The phases are preparation phase, recording phase, evaluation phase. In preparation phase, where we are preparing a student nurse to conduct the process recording. A nurse should be prepared herself like what she is going to talk. She has to select the patient, plan the objective, make all the physical arrangements, maintain psychological privacy, prepare the patient that take the consent, prepare him to like come for the interaction process. See, all kind of preparation, gain a little background information about the patient. You try to come up with your feelings. You may have a nervousness, fear, anxiety, a kind of emotional disturbance. So nurse need to try to cope up all her own feelings. Then only this process recording will be a successful one. So these all things happen in preparation phase. Next is recording phase, where interaction will take place. A therapeutic communication between nurse and patient. You are not talking not just for a time pass. You are talking to reach certain goals, to achieve certain objective what you planned, what you already decided. So you are developing that trust, a relationship, and we are communicating so that you are able to talk with the patient. Also in recording phase, first you just introduce yourself so that person or the patient come to know about yourself, and use all the techniques in a communication. Technique of listening, humor, clarification, questioning, restarting, reopening, broad opening, silence. See, different techniques are there. All these techniques you need to implement here. I also request you please look at the previous slides. Definitely you will get this technique of communication. Okay, now you are using all these techniques and you're communicating with the patient. So this was recording. Whatever happening in this phase, you're recording. The last one is evaluation phase. Also we can call it a termination phase. You abruptly, just like that, you cannot walk out from this talking session. You have to say bye-bye to your patient. That means you prepare your patient for this termination phase. You are ending your communication process. You're making all the recordings. You're making all the reportings so that we can have a proper evaluation of this process recording. We are able to identify the outcome of this process recording. That's all about process recording. Next is advantages of process recording. Definitely it helps the student nurse to gain more confidence, improve their communication skill, improve the interpersonal relationship. It improve their conversation, how I should talk, how I should improve, develop my communication. That things to be learned, help to overcome with their own feelings. The strength and weakness can be identified, overcome with their negative qualities. It helps the student nurse to be more confident, more firm, and more technically stable. Make use of all this speaking techniques, listening techniques, and use this in her process recording. And the disadvantages, one is time consuming. Definitely a physical environment, a psychological barrier that will trigger your disturb your process recording. Also health condition of both nurse as well as patient, both are not physically keeping well. Definitely you cannot expect any kind of good outcome. And any bias, before I talk to a patient, I already having certain bias in my mind. When nurses has got certain bias in their mind, definitely result will be very poor. So this is all about a process recording. So dear students, today we discuss about clinical method of teaching. When you get this question, write about clinical method of teaching. You have to write all the 5: nursing case study, bedside clinic, nursing rounds, nursing conference, and process recording. I hope you understood. Please keep reading, keep watching. I'll see you in the next class with a new concept. Thank you all.